Hello everyone and welcome to the Distinct Mastering YouTube channel. My name is Freddie. Today I'm going to be talking about a crazy plugin called Synthesizer V by Dreamtonics. And this plugin will allow you to play notes as in a piano roll, like a MIDI editor, and then enter lyrics into these notes, or just dump full lyrics in and you have your own AI voice. Basically your own vocalist. Let's get into my session and check it out. Okay, before we begin, I want to thank Dreamtonics for sending me 2 of their plugins. If you missed my video on the vocal flex, I'll drop you a link down below in the comments. Please go back and check that. It's pretty crazy as well. This one's much different, and let's get right into it. Okay, here we are. I just have the most absolute basic session going on. I have a top loop, which you can hear right here. Nothing special about that. And then I have this Synthesizer V plugin, and I actually just recorded myself playing this well, it wasn't even la la la. I just recorded myself playing some MIDI notes, and then it automatically defaulted to la la la, and I was able to pick some voices and layer up 2 people. So let me show you. Here's one voice. Let me start this over. This is what it sounded like when I first played it. And the crazy thing, you know, you can see if I hit my keyboard, there it is. And so what I can then do is I could just move these around however I see fit, which is pretty crazy. And the other crazy thing is I can type in words. Let's just type in I have no idea what I'm typing in. I'm just typing in words. Let's see what this sounds like, just for fun. So it's still rendering. You see how it's changing right there? Let's rewind. I am one of the people. Let's try to finish up the lyrics. I'm just going to try. I haven't really played with this yet, so I'm still learning it. It's pretty interesting. I am one of the people that thinks this. And you know, okay, so now I've got that. Maybe I want to copy that to this other layer here. And see. Well, actually, it kind of overrode it. There we go. Let's try to bring it back. I am one of the people that dances. Okay, so I've got 2 people singing it. I'm just going to work with one of them right now and kind of give you a little bit of a tour of this plugin so you can kind of see. I wanted to show you what it did. It's pretty interesting. So at the top, you have your standard menu stuff, new, open, save to external, save as, import, export, and then in the edit section, you have history, selection, clipboard, view, you have arrangement. So there's your grid. And then you have different options for the piano roll here, the snapping. So it will, you know, snap to the grid. Then you have different tools here. And then the side panels, which is obviously probably a duplicate of clicking these buttons because that's what they did. There's a modify panel. There's an auto process, which I haven't played with yet. And there's a project window here, the transport. Scripts I haven't used, and yeah, I do need to dig more into the manual with this. But on the right, you have different options here. So you can pull up the voice, and you can, you know, switch voices. So they actually sent me 3 voices to play with. Thank you, Dreamtonics. Playing with your plugins has been pretty fun and interesting. I will say this is definitely one of the craziest plugins I've used in a long time. I think Yamaha has a similar plugin. I haven't used it. I saw it, but props to this. I think the vocals are still a little AI-ish sounding, but obviously they're only going to get better over time, and I hope they send me some more vocals because I'd love to be playing with this thing. And so you can play around with like the vocal mode. Let's just go ahead and hit play. In fact, I'm going to shorten this loop so you see it just lines right up with my DAW. And I'm going to... Where'd my transport go? There it is. Hit play. I am one of the people that thinks this. I am See, it's changing. So now it's softer. Let's try to bring in more power, see what it does. There, it changed. So you can change like the gender type, the breathiness. You can change all kinds of stuff. Pitch. So layer it up with the other one. And you could pan them right here. So you can get some really unique, interesting characters out of here. I only just did one sequence of piano, you know, just played these vocals. There's also a way to dump vocals in, but let's keep going through these tabs. So there's a retakes section, which is interesting because you can have it generate new takes. And I was playing with this earlier, and then you see it has a little 3 here, so you could flip between these different takes. Let's mute this again. So you can try different takes and try different settings for those takes, which is interesting. Then you can favorite them, you can trash them. So that's pretty interesting as well. There's a timbre section, and I guess you get takes with the pitch and timbre. So this is very interesting. I got to admit, it's a little overwhelming, especially, you know, I'm not a vocalist, so maybe this would make more sense if I was a singer or a vocalist. You know, I understand melody and I understand how to put things together, but I don't think like a vocalist. So that's one thing that as a producer, you know, you're almost wrapping your head around being a vocalist in your computer. Did I just say that? That's so weird. Okay, moving on. Here we have language. So if you really want to see something crazy, you can switch it to like Mandarin, Chinese, Japanese, Spanish, Cantonese. You got to select it all. Then you got to do it. Okay, so the Spanish doesn't sound that good like this. Let's bring this back. All right, well, you know, I'm not really feeling the voice now. Let's try Natalie. And then you can close these panels. That's cool. She sounds pretty decent. I'm sure with a lot of effects soaked in reverb, can get that to sound pretty cool. Obviously, I don't have any good words, but, you know, I'm just here to show you kind of what this thing can do. And so there's a dictionary here, which I haven't really used, but I guess that you can add words and how to pronounce them. There's a render tab here, which I did actually try the rendering. So you can actually bounce. You can pick your folder, name your file, and then pick if you want the mix down or the individual stems. And I was able to do that, and I got both stems right here and the mix down. So then I was able to just import them into the session, and I had the vocals, which was crazy. And you can pick if they're mono stereo. You can pick if you want, you know, as extra channels, extra files, bit depth, sample rate. It's all there. And then there's something here. This is the licensing and the cloud stuff. And then next to that, you have settings. So got to admit, pretty crazy plugin. You know, check out Dreamtonics. They're doing some crazy stuff. If you missed my video on the Dreamtonics Vocal Flex, I'll leave you a link down below. I did that a few weeks ago. They were fortunate enough to send me both of these plugins, and I will be diving more into this. This one has a lot to learn. Okay, and that is the Synthesizer V by Dreamtonics. Once again, my name is Freddie. If you found this interesting, you can find their link down below so you can go purchase a copy for yourself. If you enjoyed this video, please consider following my channel, hitting that like button, and the bell notification will keep you up to date on future videos. Once again, my name is Freddie from Distinct Mastering. Let me know in the comments what you're feeling, what you'd like to see from me, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.